It's January 4th, so a few days after New Year's Day. Stroll up the street here. Street's covered with lights, obviously. There's probably a couple intoxicated people out here, but it's pretty good crowd. Here's Santa Claus. Santa Claus is here. Popcorn, jewelry sales. Guy's actually knitting the things out as he sits. Ad for iPhone 15. So we arrived here in Tbilisi on New Year's Day and came in at 5 o'clock in the morning. For some reason most European flights are scheduled at that time. This is Galleria Tbilisi, so big mall. This used to be like 20 years ago it was a Russian Bazrova. It was so primitive before. Now it's so fancy. So fancy. Everything's turned around so upscale now. Stars are floating over the road. Very pretty. We'll walk up here to the other Marriott. Kind of a festive, a lot of kids out here, a lot of children. Liberty Square Mall. So, lots of people. I don't know what this is. Oh, boxing. See how strong a boxer you are. Might have some live music here. Oh, you're one person. Pan flute. Hey. Pretty cool. All right, we'll head up further up the street. They got these scooters all over the place. I don't know how you rent them. City scooters. I can smell some sort of sausage. Hot dogs. Wow, pretty good crowd here. Whoa. We're lost in the crowd. Look at this cotton candy. Making cotton candy. A lot of stuff for sale. People in some Santa Claus outfits. Get out of that little crush. Traffic doesn't look too bad. Oh, there's a horse here. I don't know. Moving up Rustaveli Avenue, Rustaveli. I should turn the audio down. Audio level's too high, probably, for this level of road noise. Guy sleeping on the bench. Some sort of government building. We'll walk up to the Parliament building where they had their Rose Revolution. Opera is around here somewhere. I'm sure we'll pass the Opera House. This is kind of a pretty government building. There's the old movie theater. I was in there 20 years ago when it was still in operation, but they probably got all fancy seats in there now. I think when I was there, just like wooden chairs. Oh, they got a big Christmas tree here in front of Parliament. Here's the Parliament building. Here's where they had the Rose Revolution when Saakashvili took power. Was it 2003 or 4? Here's another horse. Wow, that's a pretty one, huh? That's a pretty horse. It's a good looking horse. I like the way they yell each other's names. Say hello. Good looking crowd. Good looking crowd. Here's Santa Claus again. I don't know. Looking at his iPhone. I don't know how Santa Claus got up here so fast. Yeah, it's the Parliament building. It's pretty. Boy, a lot of cotton candy. I hope they don't eat much of that. Toys for the kids. Wow, yeah, pretty crowded here, pretty crowded. I'm gonna run over this guy's baby. Ah, there's a horse carriage. I guess you can ride that around Rustaveli. Salam alaikum. Somebody tried to say excuse me and then started to speak Arabic. But I'm afraid Salam alaikum is the only Arabic word I know. Well, we're heading up here. This might be the Opera House here. Oh, there's a beautiful church here. Probably been there for 300-400 years. Coca-Cola ad. Here's another beautiful government building. Nice. Yeah, that's probably the Opera House. It's nice. Walk on up here. Here's the other Marriott. Now this Marriott was here 20 years ago. This is the first Marriott they built. This one, I guess, Tbilisi Marriott. The other one's Courtyard Marriott. That was a big step. Almost killed myself. Yeah, I guess those rooms are probably $300 a night. Well, yeah, a lot of people meet there. Big favorite of the diplomatic community. Yeah, that was probably the Opera House back there, right? Go up here. Maybe I'll walk all the way up to hotel that's now a Radisson, but it used to be the Hotel Pride of the Soviet Union, which I can't think of the name of it this minute, but when the Abkhazia was taken over, all the Georgian refugees came down. Oh, there's the tower. You can see the tower, and at the top there you can actually see where the cogwheel train goes up there, very steep, and that's a beautiful restaurant up there. It was completely destroyed during the fall of the Soviet Union. It's completely renovated, and that, of course, is the old TV tower. I got the video on maintain the level so it won't point up in the air too well. I should turn that off. Yeah, that's called Tatsminda, and that's a real favorite place. After the fall of the Soviet Union, I was up there. It was completely abandoned, but still beautiful. But all the attractions were gone, remnants of some of the attractions. But now it's completely redone. Some ways, I kind of liked it the quiet way. Some ways now it's a little tacky, but still good. Cafes, restaurants, big Ferris wheel they built up there. A lot of expensive shops here. This is kind of like their Park Avenue, Rodeo Drive, Fifth Avenue sort of. This is, of course, a tourist area, but also expensive place to live. I don't think I can change it on the fly here, but up here's the old hotel. You can probably see a little top edge of it. Iberia, that's what it used to be called. It used to be the Iberia. And when they had all the refugees in it, it became completely trashed out. And like wooden boards all around the balconies. And then this Radisson bought it and completely gutted it. I mean, the structure was left, but that was all. Oh my goodness, stupid me. Here's the Opera House. We're coming up to the Opera House now. Yeah, of course that wasn't the Opera House. The Opera House, of course, is in all its glory now. So we're heading up here to the Opera House. Yeah. That's quite beautiful. I've actually never been inside the Opera House. I'm sure Georgia spared no expense to fix that up. Yeah, Georgia's got 1 million dogs. They put like tags in their ear, so they register them all, even the homeless dogs on the street. But it's just a homeless dog saying life's not good. Everybody stay away from me. Yeah, there's a bunch of them around. Always vendors. Now, let's take a little peek ski at the Opera House a little better. Yeah, it's pretty. That's pretty. Too bad I can't tip this crazy camera up. It won't tip up. It's going to stay flat no matter what I do. Of course, I set it to do that, so. Rustaveli Avenue, Rustaveli. At the Opera House. Can't find a more central place than that. I'm going to walk up here to the other square where the Iberia was. Now the Radisson, and I'll call it a take. Here's another underground. You can go across Rustaveli without getting run over. Got a lot of those. They're pretty safe. Even at the collapse of the Soviet Union, they were kind of nasty. People used them as a bathroom, and there was a bit of petty crime at that time, but actually even back then, it was still pretty safe to cross across. Probably your biggest fear was just the smell of urine. Oh, this is pretty right here. Maybe I'll try and get it by the edge of the street. Oh yeah, gorgeous. Yeah, Tbilisi. Spent a couple bucks decking it out in here. I'm sure there's a Georgian or two that was like, was that the best use of our money? But anyway, tourism. Oh, I hear they're building something here. This is prime real estate here, prime real estate. Some of these places were purchased, I know, and just sat there 5 years waiting to build. Yeah. Whatever they're going to build there, you can be guaranteed it'll be high rent. Where was I? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, this has always been the main drag. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Yeah. So, at Shevardnadze's time, during the Soviet era and post-Soviet era, they were frustrated it was stagnant. He didn't do anything. And Shevardnadze, for better or for worse, came in and started bringing as many international investors in. And I think if I'm quoting him, I think he said, everything's for sale. So, and he said tourism is our future. Took a while to get cranking, but obviously it's cranking now. So I think, the revenue from tourism probably pays for all these lights, and they probably good business decision to attract more tourists, maybe to the demise of some of the locals. I don't know. I can pass here. But yeah, I was here 20 years ago. There'd be 3 or 4 Russian cars going down the street. You had the street to yourself. Now, if you're driving, you better pay good attention. And if you need to park your car, good luck. So, this, I believe, is the old post office building. Might still be the post office building. Right at the collapse of the Soviet Union, and for the 10 years after that, post office wasn't working. But of course now it's going. Everything's going. Buses, they got a lot of buses. Grand Belargio, whatever that is. I don't know. Okay, we're going to go over here to the Radisson and call it a wrap. High-end shops here. Buy some expensive underwear. Massimo Dutti. Yeah. You're going to spend a lot of money, it better be Italian. Yeah, so here's another square here. It's like the end of Rustaveli. You can look up there and see where it says Radisson. Let's get a better view, even though it's kind of dark. It's dark here. Yeah, that's the end of the lights. That's the end of the super tourist area. I mean, still a lot of people around here. Not like down there, but anyway, there it is. The Radisson used to be the Iberia. And you know, they took everything off. It was just like concrete floors. And then all the facade and rooms and all the inner walls, everything's new. But even as the Iberia, the old structure, it was pretty cool. And they had a statue here. I don't know, somebody significant, King George or somebody, on the horse with a sword. It was a beautiful big statue. And they moved it. Some people were very upset about it. They moved it somewhere else, but it used to be right here. Right here in front of the Iberia. So, all right. That's the walk down Rustaveli, January 4th, 2024. Beautiful Tbilisi. Beautiful city. Nakwam dis.